You got, but you got to do DJ or band? Are you thinking about all this stuff?
Yeah, I think we're live music kind of people, you know. So
I've seen you perform. You have to.
I got to figure out like ways to make sure that I do have things that are just between us. And thankfully, we do have a lot of those things. And that moment in particular is one that's always just going to be ours.
From your favorite divorce lawyer, I have a piece of advice for these folks, and that is get a giant prenup.
Or what do you think she should go with?
There'll be just one.
Ooh.
But that would be my guess.
Yeah?
I would think so.
Okay, let's be real. Ever since the ring went on Taylor Swift's finger, the internet hasn't slept. Swifties, NFL fans, gossip bloggers, your aunt who doesn't even like football, everyone wants to know the same thing. What's the wedding going to look like? What have they planned? When is it happening? Is it going to be private or royal level public? Are they going full Cinderella ball or low-key ocean view elopement? And while Taylor and Travis haven't handed out official wedding invites yet, the clues are out there everywhere. And if you follow them, connect the dots and read between the lines of what's been said and what hasn't, you'll realize we actually know a lot more than it seems. First off, the engagement itself already tells a story. According to insiders, and by insiders I mean people who are either very close to them or extremely confident anonymous Reddit sources, and in Swiftie world both count, the proposal didn't happen on some luxury beach in Turks and Caicos or some staged Eiffel Tower backdrop. It was at home, in the backyard of Kelsey's mansion, surrounded by flowers, in a garden he apparently had redone in secret just for that moment. The ring? Not flashy by celebrity standards, not Taylor's style. It was sentimental, classic, vintage-inspired. Rumor has it he worked with a jeweler that's previously designed for the royals. Think timeless, not tabloid. And that seems totally fitting, seeing as that recent rumors are coming out suggesting Taylor wants to invite actual royalty to the wedding, that is Prince William and Kate Middleton. More on the invites later. Their caption when they posted the news, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." That's them in a nutshell. A global superstar and an NFL champ acting like they're the couple next door. The moment was romantic, not performative, which says a lot about what kind of wedding they're aiming for. Now, Taylor's made a few comments that were basically dropped like breadcrumbs, and only the obsessed caught it. On the Graham Norton Show, when the host joked about whether she'd keep the guest list small, Taylor practically laughed. She said if she has to start choosing who's worthy of coming, she'll lose her mind. You'll know, she said, it's going to be huge.
I know it's going to be fun to plan, because I think the only stressful weddings are the ones where you have a small amount and people are on the bubble. And you have to evaluate or assess your relationship with them to see if they should be there. Anyone I've ever talked to.
Like that's not even subtle. That's a warning, or a promise, depending on how you look at it. She basically confirmed that she wants the kind of wedding where nobody's feelings get hurt because everyone is invited, which is interesting because that implies something big enough to hold that kind of crowd, but still personal enough to not feel like a PR stunt. And then there's Travis. Oh, Travis. On his podcast New Heights, he acted like wedding planning was this faraway concept, saying, "I gotta win a football game first." Classic deflection. But it's what he didn't say that spoke louder. He confirmed they're not rushing, that there's music to pick, and that there'll definitely be live music. And you just know when Taylor is the bride, and she has the most iconic tour of all time under her belt, there's no way she's walking down the aisle to a playlist off someone's iPhone. There's going to be strings, maybe acoustic renditions of her own songs, maybe a live choir, maybe Bon Iver shows up out of nowhere and sings the acoustic version of Exile while she walks in slow motion. Who knows?
You got to do DJ or band? Are you thinking about all this stuff?
Yeah, I think we're live music kind of people, you know. So
I've seen you perform. You have to.
But whatever it is, it'll be orchestrated down to the heartbeat. And here's where it gets really interesting. The location. Most signs point to Taylor's Rhode Island mansion. You know the one, Holiday House. The one where all her 4th of July parties happened. The one with ocean views and enough privacy to keep helicopters at bay. Rhode Island's governor even low-key joined the hype, saying the state has some of the best venues in the world, which, let's be honest, is political code for "we'd love the tourism boost if you host your wedding here." And it makes sense. She's emotionally attached to that place. It's where she's written songs, healed from breakups, thrown all those all-white beach parties with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. It's a safe place, and now possibly the place she becomes a wife. As for the when, the best guesses, and we're talking guesses rooted in patterns not pulled from the air, say early to mid-2026. Why? Because Taylor's finishing up her album promo cycle right now, and she's always been meticulous about timing. She doesn't want wedding planning to overlap with creative rollouts, and Travis obviously is in the NFL. His season ends in early 2026, so a spring or summer wedding fits perfectly between their obligations. Fans are already doing astrological calculations, picking dates based on lucky numbers, lunar cycles, and Swiftie numerology. Some are convinced it'll be June 2026. Others swear it's going to be exactly 13 months after the engagement because, well, 13. Dress designers are already frothing at the mouth. Vera Wang literally came out and said she predicts Taylor will wear multiple gowns. Not one, not two, maybe three or more. Like costume changes, but make it bridal.
Or what do you think she should go
I
with?
think there'll be just one.
Ooh.
But that would be my guess.
Yeah?
I would think so.
And if you know anything about Taylor's tour aesthetics, this tracks. The girl loves a moment. So don't be surprised if she starts in something ethereal and floaty for the ceremony, switches to a modern glam look for the reception, and ends up in something sparkly and dance-friendly by the after-party. She might even sneak in a reference to Enchanted or Love Story in the detailing. That's how she works. Everything means something. It's not just a dress, it's a lyric you wear. And the guest list? Oh my God. Forget it. You've got the obvious ones, Selena Gomez, the Haim sisters, Sophie Turner, Gigi Hadid, but also think about who Travis brings, Patrick Mahomes and Britney, the entire Chiefs offensive line, and probably his brother Jason in a suit that's one size too tight. The vibe is going to be football meets fairy tale, and if that doesn't deserve a Netflix documentary afterward, nothing does. What's even more revealing is what Jason Kelce let slip recently. He said on their podcast that their mom Donna is not so subtly asking about wedding dates and possibly even hinting at grandkids.
Mom's always had Travis number one. I do know.
Listen, and right now, mom has Jason number one because he has kids.
That is true. She has said that. She has made that comment. She's put some pressure on him.
Donna's been quoted saying she hopes the wedding is classic and fun and that she trusts Taylor to plan something elegant. Translation, she's ready. Jason even joked that she's already bought her dress. We're not saying Donna has a folder of wedding inspo tucked away in her closet, but if she does, we wouldn't blame her. There's also been talk of a prenup. Not confirmed, but it would make sense. Together, Taylor and Travis are worth upwards of $1.6 billion. That's not a marriage, that's an empire. And when empires merge, lawyers get involved. Smart ones who know how to draft love letters in legalese.
From your favorite divorce lawyer, I have a piece of advice for these folks, and that is get a giant prenup, because both of you are independently wealthy and there's really no need whatsoever to create marital property or jointly held property like community property. So a prenup that turns that definition on its head would be a wise move, where you basically say every piece of property you gain or purchase during your marriage is default non-marital or separate property.
And then there are the wild card theories. Some fans think they'll throw a private ceremony first, maybe this winter, just the two of them and family, and then throw a massive public-style reception months later. Others think they'll elope and drop the news Beyoncé style. Just post a black and white photo of matching rings and a champagne flute and break the internet. One fan theory says the wedding already happened in secret and we're all being slow to catch up. Honestly, wouldn't put it past her. One thing's for sure though, whatever they're planning, it's already in motion. Taylor doesn't do chaos, she's strategic, and the lack of news, that's part of the plan. The silence is loud. The quiet means it's private, intentional, protected. She's not just planning a wedding, she's curating a moment that will live forever in her fans' minds, and probably in a bridge of a song 3 years from now that we'll all cry to at 2 a.m. Now, if you think the Swift-Kelce wedding is just about Taylor and Travis saying I do, think again. This is shaping up to be the celebrity event of the decade, and everyone from industry insiders to sports commentators is buzzing. There's a reason this couple dominates headlines, and their wedding is basically the Super Bowl halftime show of love stories, only with better lighting and zero wardrobe malfunctions. Industry insiders close to top wedding planners have whispered that Taylor and Travis have already started booking some of the best event pros in the biz. We're talking planners who have worked with Beyoncé, Kim Kardashian, and other A-listers known for over-the-top but exquisitely curated celebrations. One source even said the planners are vetting venues from exclusive estates on the East Coast to hidden spots in Europe, but Rhode Island is still the frontrunner, mainly because Taylor's emotional attachment to her holiday house is just too strong to ignore. She's mentioned in interviews how grounding that place feels, how it's become her sanctuary, so it's only natural she'd want to mark one of life's biggest milestones there. What's wild is that Taylor's team reportedly asked for extreme discretion from the start, meaning no paparazzi drones allowed, private roads blocked off, and staff bound by non-disclosure agreements tighter than Fort Knox. This level of secrecy is practically unheard of for a wedding of this scale, especially with someone as famous as Taylor Swift, but it fits perfectly with Taylor's evolution, from tabloid target to master of her own narrative. She spent years reclaiming her story, and this wedding will be no different.
I got to figure out ways to make sure that I do have things that are just between us. And thankfully, we do have a lot of those things. And that moment in particular is one that's always just going to be ours.
Meanwhile, Travis Kelce has been quietly handling the sports side of things with equal care. Sources close to the Chiefs say Travis has already started discussing leave plans for the 2026 season to make sure he's 100% available for the big day. That's a huge deal in the NFL world, where players rarely take time off for anything other than injuries. His coach reportedly supports it, seeing this as a once-in-a-lifetime moment that will recharge Travis for future seasons. The Chiefs' locker room is apparently buzzing with excitement, and teammates have been asking for inside scoop, but Travis's lips are sealed, which only fuels the mystery. Adding to the intrigue, there's been talk about Taylor's choice of wedding musicians. Sure, we know she's a musical powerhouse herself, but insiders say she's reaching out to some surprising names. Rumors swirl about a secret collaboration with Bon Iver for a special acoustic moment during the ceremony, and even some hints that Ed Sheeran might crash the party for an impromptu duet, because if there's one thing Taylor's known for, it's pulling all her musical family together when it counts. Imagine the kind of star-studded performance that would be, an intimate concert disguised as a wedding. The perfect blend of personal and iconic. Let's not forget the fashion game. Vera Wang's comments about multiple gowns have sent the bridal world into a frenzy. But it's not just about the dresses, it's about the symbolism embedded in each look. Taylor has a long history of turning outfits into storytelling devices, and this wedding will be no different. Some fashion insiders speculate that she'll debut a custom gown referencing every major era of her career, a visual timeline woven into fabric and lace. If that's true, expect tears, gasps, and plenty of "did you see that?" moments on wedding day. Then there's Travis's style. While we all know him as the star athlete, don't expect a basic tuxedo. Sources say Travis has been working with a stylist who specializes in merging classic menswear with a touch of edgy modern flair. Think bespoke suits with subtle football-inspired details, maybe a lining pattern with Swift lyrics or cufflinks shaped like footballs. It's those little Easter eggs that will have fans dissecting every frame for years. Jason Kelce's recent on-air comments about his mom's wedding obsession are telling. Donna Kelce's push for a classic and fun ceremony shows the family's desire for something that honors tradition but still feels relaxed and joyful, a reflection of both Taylor and Travis's personalities. Jason's jokes about Donna having her dress ready have become a meme in the fan community, with everyone imagining Donna Kelce as the ultimate wedding planner behind the scenes. Social media will no doubt explode either way, but Taylor has been clear she wants to control how the story is told. Expect a carefully curated reveal. Think cinematic, poetic, and deeply personal, probably months after the actual event. Fans are already buzzing about a possible coffee table book or documentary series that could capture the entire journey, blending music, love, and football into one epic narrative. And after the wedding, Taylor and Travis have hinted at adventures, luxury escapes, and maybe even starting a family soon. Whether that means splitting time between Rhode Island and Kansas City or jet-setting across the globe, one thing's for sure, the Kelce Swift journey is just getting started. So with every new rumor, every leaked detail, and every family tease, the excitement only grows. The wedding might be months away, or maybe it's even closer than we think, but one thing's certain. When Taylor and Travis tie the knot, it won't just be a wedding, it'll be a cultural moment, a legendary celebration, and the beginning of a new chapter in celebrity history. And trust me, no one's going to want to miss a single second of it.